Добрый день, коллеги. Меня зовут Геннадий. Так, тогда начнем.
Okay, shall we start?
У меня первый вопрос.
Okay, my first question. Who agrees to this? Who likes developing things in SIEM? Do you have people like that?
Ура, есть люди.
Oh, great.
Резюме можете мне приносить.
You can send me your CVs. This is really good.
Давайте представлюсь.
Okay.
Я лауреат премии «Позитив».
I'm the laureate of the Positive Awards award. I'm the maintainer of MP SimLib and a pen tester. We started with the colleagues developing the various codes. I tried the ARMs. I had some M1 problems. That's why I developed a fork, and I'm still developing it for ARM M1 to support dealing with rules. I'm head of support and development of cyber monitoring group in BI.ZONE. In the past, I worked for JSOC. I have a lot of experience of dealing with different SIEMs.
Так, давайте о чем мы поговорим.
Okay, what are we going to be talking about? Well, I have developed, I have seen many products developed throughout my professional life. I'd like to talk about some background of this and why some solutions were developed well, this way. Okay, let's start with the identity management application.
История такая начинается.
Well,
Происходит инцидент.
here is an incident. It is critical. A virus is found on the host NB1000, and this virus hasn't been cured. So what usually happens? So the engineer usually looks at who the host is. So you should go to the asset management to see who this belongs to. You should go to the AD or to CM to see the events of going to this host to find the account name of the guy who entered this. And when you have gathered this context, and our colleagues talked about it yesterday, that analysts have this issue of lack of context. And you can go to a dozen systems and see which network device had this laptop, and this takes a lot of time. So we discussed it with the colleagues. Let's make a Google-like system. So in the blank interface, for instance, we put in the name or surname or the account name, and we find a lot of information on the person. For instance, like this guy is on floor 3 of this data. His MAC is shown through this network device, for instance. Or this guy is really important, say the director. We need to run to him, to his 3rd floor, and help him deal with the virus. Or else we can send technical support for taking the computer to see what this virus has shared, and so on and so forth. And when our
Ой. Сейчас, секунду.
give me a second.
Когда наши
When our engineers
к человеку
run to the person, go to the 3rd floor and see an open space with a lot of people, they don't identify this person, unfortunately. And in our Active Directory, we have a person. We have a set of photos. So if we take this link and if we decode ESB64, then our IT guys will identify the person and help the person. And so this was developed with the Splunk. There are many sources added here, the network, the Active Directory. You could go to and download some information, the asset systems, where you could see which laptop it was and who it belongs to. And all this information was further used to enrich incidents, so that you don't have to go there to see who this person is, and you could have tables to search the Google-like interface or to enrich it for the incidents. And this really reduces the time to analyze the incident. And you don't run around to find the information. You all have this information, and you can quickly deal with it. Okay, and sometimes you just use the IP address, you can use the MAC address, so you can find this device in your office, go there and grab it. And sometimes you need some old equipment, so you can find some old device with the system, and you could easily get it.
MP7 lib.
Okay, MP7 lib. I call it the spaghetti code, and here is why. We dealt with our colleagues in the SOC. We had a library, which was a legacy library for us. And there we had a lot of code, and we had several versions, and it was difficult to find it. And we thought that we should build our own version with blackjack and so on. And we started thinking about this, thinking how it can be done. So we made an MP7 lib library to go to MP7 and manage it. You can manage tasks there, you can get data, you can add users, and so on and so forth. And we added it to the add-ons MPCI community.com last year. I got the laureate of the community tracker, so you can also have a look at this library and further develop it. There are many people making forks, further developing it, but if you send the MRs to us, this would be great. So this library works, and there are many things you can build around it, and there are some projects and products which automate our activities. Sometimes people use it as a hub of data for the IRP, but unfortunately they don't share with us the changes they make, so we also have this library. The business requirements we usually have, and in most cases we kind of inform it to the business. So when you hit your head against some corner, you feel the pain, and you start thinking, why don't we do it like that? In this case, you get your Python or Go, any other language, you develop a set of requirements, and you further use them. And sometimes people come to interviews, and we talk to them, and they ask questions like that. Well, you give us a task, and will analysts think about this instead of us? Will they bring it to us gold-plated? Well, you know, in open sources, you have to be, a jack of all trades. You have to develop the business requirements, the metrics, and you should also write a code, a product. What have we implemented in MP7 lib? We deal with assets, we have filters for events in MP7. Those who are not using it can ignore this, but this is quite useful. We have table lists, we have events and incidents, we bring them to various IRP systems, and we have many incidents and cases there. Then we also have the knowledge base to manage the rules and what we deal with, and this is about content management. So you can have a look at these brief functions. This is quite convenient. If you have any ideas, you can send MRs or feature requests. We'll have links for components. You can follow them and kind of send your ideas to the repositories. So we, I think, have exhausted our requirements. And if you have any external ones, we can further implement this. So this is the extension we have. It's not well designed yet. I think that we'll make some logos to make it as beautiful as PT. Inside the code, we have some use cases, like here we can import and export assets. You can deal with them, and sometimes you need to move from one system to the other. And there is another example. I will talk about it later. And sometimes your libraries are ready. You can use them for different tasks. There are other products we use, and we can also use it. So we now support version 26.1. 26.2 will be further reported, and PT will further publish the 7th release. We will also introduce it and test it and deal with it. Okay, let's go on. We have monitoring in SOC, and it is based on the Prometheus Grafana alert management stack. And here you introduce a new SIEM to the SOC. You need to develop some health metrics for it. You want to get, and we lacked the Prometheus-style metrics around our MP-SIEM. So this could be technical metrics, like the use of the processor, the disk, or the memory, and this can also include logical metrics, like the license. When you have quite a lot of customers, you have alerts in your alert management, and so they tell you that this customer, this system will have his license expired, so you need to deal with it and send a new one and so on. So this is a continuous service, and it means that we should keep track of these metrics, and sometimes there are some other logical metrics, like you have tables in the system, you have various technical limitations to the system. You should remember, and MPCM exporter library shows these places, and if you get there, you will receive an alert.
Так выглядят три алерта, которые можно использовать, о чем я уже говорил.
Okay.
По истечению лицензии. Ну, пример, если кто-то работал с Prometheus, то, наверное...
If you've dealt with Prometheus, for instance, you can develop these metrics the way you like. And this way, in the library now, we have the metrics our SOC needs. Okay, what do we have there? We have task metrics, license metrics. We monitor a lot of sources, and in the SIEM, when we generate assets, they should be monitored, and we should see the EBS and so on. And we deal with it, and we can see it inside the library. Okay, Ansible management example. So sometimes customers come to us and they say, we have a same system, you should connect to it using the hybrid scheme, and then the SOC will have its own services through the VPN channel, so you connect to the SIEM channel. They have to the SIEM, and they take some metrics, and this can be a closed VLAN, or it can be some restricted access. Sometimes LDAP authentication in the same system can be switched off, so there is no any integration. And when you have name accounts for several hundred analysts, this can be painful. And this way, the plugging will add here the elements where you don't have LDIP verification, and we can manage this way. Well, it's very interesting and useful when there are many systems and users you need to bring together into a core for the NPCM.
Source checker.
Okay, the source checker. Another piece of software developed for our monitoring lines to monitor the metrics from the previous step. So we have some metrics on hosts, and sometimes they, are not longer available because the customer can stop using this host or can reset the image of this, and now we see alerts that we don't have a source like that, so we don't want to go to 10 systems. We want to use one system to see all the background of this source. So you go to the interface. The engineers usually receive lists of 100 or 200 hosts, and you need to check everyone whether you have any metrics. So you gather data, and then the system will go to the alert manager, to Grafana, and will show whether there is an alert on the system. Yeah, we go to the same system to see whether we really have it, does it really show it, and we send a request, and we see how many events we had, when the last event was, and this really helps our engineers to help our customers increase the scope of what we monitor. And when we have critical hosts, so when they are no longer available, it's really important to be able to solve this problem. So this is my favorite slide with code XP. Last year, our colleagues from our SEC community said that we will have the VX Code XP project. It is really cool. We are dealing with it. There is a content developed, but this doesn't always work. Doesn't work with the ARMs, for instance. In our SOC, we still have a lot of Apple devices. And for this to support these devices, we created a fork and a repository. And there we have the Docker files. For component this, we have compose files to compile this product, to install it, and to make it work. And you can follow this link. The major advantage of this product is that you can develop content in the GitOps way. You have a Git repository, you have set of rules, and you have tests connected to these rules. You can run them in the product and see that it works well, and that everything is generated properly, and everything works well. And Anton mentioned this last year, announced this, and so we can say that those who have ARM64, so you can use this code, and this way you can develop this in your NPCM. So this is what it looks like, and this is just like what our colleagues showed last year. So we can see rules here, and we can see what is tested here. Here we reach the MPCM lib, add-ons, and VS Code, and here are my contacts. If you have any questions, you're welcome, but please don't DDoS me, because I don't have enough time to answer everyone. But I try, and in our group, so we have the security expert community, and we can kind of receive your questions there. And here are my contacts. Thank you very much. Okay. There were some questions asked by Anton. Okay. What is missing from your community? We need people. We need more people for this community. And I am part of many communities. We have 3,000 participants, and we have only 5 who are active. And this is a big issue. Everybody starts using utilities, developing something, but they don't share. So you show things, people can use them, but they don't move in the other direction. So we want it to be a two-way street, you know. Okay, could you please show the questions?
Пока вопросы не вернулись, почитаю, может быть, здесь есть вопросы. У вас есть какие-нибудь вопросы, можете задавать.
Okay, do you have any questions, by the way?
Я жду, на что мне ответить нужно было.
Okay, I'm waiting for the questions to come, and I'm ready to take some live questions.
Добрый день. Микрофон включен?
Hello, is my mic on? Yes, it is.
Добрый день. Есть один вопрос.
I have a question.
Тоже, можно сказать, связан с open source.
It's related to open source and some products. So we considered the stack of metrics, and I want your opinion. For instance, did you consider the Victoria stack, Victoria metrics? Yes, we did. When I talk about Prometheus, this is Prometheus-like, and this includes Victoria metrics. Yeah, you also support exploratory. Yeah, we do, and in Prometheus and in Victoria metrics, we have identical metrics. Ampersand exporter works in both places. This has been verified. Thank you. You're welcome.
Так, вопрос номер 2.
The second question.
Проект, который я писал.
The project.
Окей, давайте.
Okay, let's start with you then.
На хабе всего один маленький абзац.
Well, you have a small passage on the post-investigation of the security incident in the Harbor article, and there you say that you generate some rules. Could you please share some details? What kind of article? It's a Harbor article as of 2022. Me? No, it's not me. So maybe in BI.ZONE they had an article, but I wasn't an author. Okay, got it. Let me ask you another question then. Can you talk about the post-investigation? Could you please clarify? Are you talking about the exporter? Can we investigate anything there? Well, the system is designed for collecting metrics on tasks, processes, and internal components of SIEM. It is not related to the content. Okay.
Спасибо за вопрос.
Thank you.
Проекты, которые были не созданы, я, наверное, повторил бы. Первый проект
the projects. The first one, identity project. This is really important. Well, we understand all this.
Тебе в большинстве случаев для расследования не хватает контекста.
And sometimes you lack context for investigation, and so this includes user behavior and so on. And there are many
Когда тебе нужно что-то обогатить, например, с хэшом пойти.
Enrichment options now being developed when you use a hash, for instance, to go to virus total and to check it. And I think we should reinvent this system.
И вот по open source проектам.
We need more of that. And for the open source project, which one I would create if I had any free time? Well, I think I would
Проект по доставке контента.
deal with the automated content delivery project between different consoles. When you have the dev server, when you have a Git repository with your rules, and you need to bring those rules to the customer. So when I have time, I will automate the delivery of this content, its installation and validation up to the customer's end, but we haven't had time for this so far.
Так, теперь все, спасибо.
That's it. Thank you.